Hey, this is Mo. So I actually ended up switching VLOG1 and VLOG2 for the cultural interactions. So for VLOG1, I did the interaction with his culture, and so now for VLOG2, um, I ended up just doing the opposite, where I brought the student over to my house. So for this student, or for this interaction, I brought the student Rami, who is from a Muslim Arab background, over to my home. And into my culture for the second interaction. So I come from a predominantly Jewish and Israeli background. So bringing a Palestinian Muslim Arab over to my domain was pretty interesting. It was very contrasting, while at the same time there were many similarities. So for starters, I did it on the day of rest, which is Shabbat or Sabbath, and I brought this Rami over to my home, where we started off going to services at the synagogue, and that lasted for about an hour or so, and pretty different from what Muslims would do when they pray. So that component was very interesting watching for him. For starters, we stand and sit throughout the entire duration of the prayer, while for Muslims, people that practice Islam, they usually bow or are in standing positions throughout. So it was a little bit different than the way they pray. Also, it's a little bit more casual of a service, he told me. There's not as much of a decorum as there would be for a Muslim service. Next, we went over to my house for Friday night dinner, which is a mixture between ritual and eating, of course. So the ritual component, I actually found out afterwards, was pretty similar to what a Muslim would experience. So that was pretty intriguing to me. Additionally, we one of the differences was that we drink wine, and Muslims do not consume alcohol. So that was a pretty interesting component from my end. Um, Afterwards, there's certain prayers and traditions that Jews partake in, and those were obviously foreign from his perspective because um, they were Jewish prayers, not anything a Muslim would partake in. So that interested me and interested him as well, because they were so different from anything he's ever experienced. So after speaking with him after the dinner, it was interesting. There were many differences. Obviously, the predominant ones between religion, but what I found interesting was how many similarities there were, because they are both Semitic religions, Judaism and Islam. They were there's obviously going to be a lot of overlap, because both religions come from the same region and similar types of people. So what he was saying was that a lot of, not necessarily the specific rituals, but the way that they're performed, and the way that families kind of come together over these rituals, and it's all in the name of thanking God and bringing unity among a community. That was very similar between the two. So what was different, obviously, was the prayers themselves. Um, they didn't necessarily focus on different things, because they had the same intention in mind, but different language. The prayers that we perform are in Hebrew, while theirs are in Arabic, and also there's a more I want to say there's a more communal focus amongst Islam than there is among Judaism. But he didn't feel as uncomfortable as I expected him to, which was interesting to me. And I, throughout the entire duration, was very into just bringing him into my culture, and that was very exciting for me. So, um, we kind of did like a little. It was surprising to me that I wasn't self-conscious about it, and he was excited to learn more. So I thought it was a very successful interaction. Thanks.